In this video, I'm going to go through a step-by-step process of how I made code-ready art for a 10K NFT art collection. Hey guys, I'm Rafael Grigor and I'm a digital addict. Just to clarify, I'm not going to be going into the coding because, well, I can't code. I'm the artist for a new generative art collection, chibiTEK. We've just launched our teaser for the collection. The mint date is yet to be announced. I work with two friends, Ronnie Crypto87, a producer, and Smorgs, a dev. If you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to give you a bonus valuable lesson on what I learned as an artist while making this project. A little bit of context on my experience in making NFT projects. I have an idea on how to make the layers because one, making an avatar like this is kind of somewhat similar. And two, I've actually started at least 2 different NFT projects, but I quickly realized that doing them on my own was going to be really painful. So I shelved them. Thankfully, Ronnie and Smorgs reached out, which helped me gain the confidence I needed to try and execute something like this. With that out of the way, on to the 10K NFT art process. First off, we started with an idea, which was anime-style chibi robots. This was actually quite convenient because I've actually had to make some mecha for a commission in the past. I knew that layering different helmets and accessories in 2D would let us create some very interesting designs, some of which I was not expecting to look that great when generated, but the generated artwork that Ronnie and Smorgs created from my art really surprised me, as there were combinations I would have never done myself. Next was moodboarding. I took some inspiration from other NFT projects but quickly removed them from the moodboard. If we wanted to stand out, we had to make sure that our art was not too influenced by other PFP NFT projects. Probably the one thing I took in was that the artwork had to be mobile phone friendly. Most importantly, in terms of our project's look, it needed to look approachable to people who don't normally look at crypto PFP projects. Our project has been live for about maybe 3 or 4 days now, and I feel that after looking at people's reactions, I feel like this approach alone helped us stand out a little bit. For references, I took inspiration from retro to modern mecha anime and Japanese robot toys, and mixed them with pretty much anything from popular culture that had armor. For anything I couldn't find, I used Pinterest AI recommendation to help me find new inspiration. Preparation is key, so I spent a lot of my time on grids. I knew that the artwork had to be small, detailed, and had to fit in a square image. Most importantly, it had to look good even on a smartphone. I knew that I had to utilize every single pixel I was given in order to make it look good at first glance. For the grid, I used a 1 by 1.4 grid, which is the silver ratio. I use this instead of the traditional golden ratio grid. I can go on and on about the silver ratio because I really love that ratio and I use it heaps in my art. For example, this VR helmet I'm wearing that I designed uses the silver ratio quite a lot. I find that it's perfect for characters with big, oversized heads like chibiTEK. Next was sketching. I spent a good 10 to 15 days doing this. Sketching is super important, and I did lots of different sketches, not only for the actual art and the shape, but I also created a mock-up of what the art could look like in the end. So it's actually, if you look over here, it's actually a huge difference, right? For sketching, I use Procreate, which is an app on an iPad. I use an iPad 2018. I use this because it's not only an awesome program to do art, but it has some really awesome time-saving features such as mirror drawing tools and multi-layer liquify. These features really help you make forward-facing artwork very, very fast. Next is inks. Nothing too special to talk about here besides it being my favorite part. Inking is my specialty, and I feel that it really helps make the art feel very, very expressive. This didn't take me too long, and I finished it in just over a week. Colors and cell shading was done in Photoshop. I would normally do this in Procreate, but that program has a layer limit, so I had to do everything here. To help make my new changes, I made sure to name everything properly. This is important because I was using layer styles to color each layer. This is so that I could change colors, gradients, and textures to multiple layers just by using the search feature in the Layers tab. I then used layer comps to export each armor piece and all its colorways. By this point, Photoshop was struggling with auto layers, layer styles, and layer comps, so I had to break them down into separate Photoshop files. This part was the most time intensive and honestly, the most boring. Arranging layers into neatly organized folders is not fun. If you're an entrepreneur watching this and you're trying to find an artist to do something like this is where most artists start cracking, and finding an artist who can do both boring graphic design work with organization is key. Colors took me 3 to 4 weeks to do, which is 2 more than what I had initially estimated. Next was branding. I really wanted to create a logo that made you feel like you got an imported Japanese toy before it was licensed and adapted for your country. Think getting Transformers from Takara Tomy before it was licensed by Hasbro in the 80s. Once colors was done, we realized that we needed to invest more time in the backgrounds. Smorgs suggested to really play on the battle and war between the two factions. So we did things like factory explosions, destroyed cities, and VR training grounds to help you really sell the story that there's a war going on between these two different factions. I didn't want to spend too much time on the backgrounds, that's why I invested on doing some stuff in 3D. The backgrounds were done in Blender. I bought a few 3D models from Sketchfab and watched a bunch of tutorials on how to generate anime clouds, smoke, and grass on YouTube. Once done rendering, I overpainted the 3D models in Procreate and fixed colors and changed day into night in Photoshop. Phew, just thinking about everything is giving me sweaty palms. The chibiTEK Discord likes asking how long it took to make this. So far, the artwork took me 60 days to do. I spent anywhere between 4 and 8 hours a day working on it. Sleep, what's that? And I did it in my spare time, after work, and in between my kids' playtime. At the moment, we've managed to generate 3,413 PNGs. This was split up between 22 layers on each chibiTEK. Each layer has on average about 12 different assets, and each asset has about 8 different colorways on average. Why so many? Well, this is because we wanted our NFT collectors to have a really truly unique tech. I feel that they all look truly different and each one of them gives their own vibe. While we've shown a little bit in sneak peeks in the Discord and teaser trailer, we've still got heaps to go. With that said, our motto is to make sure we make a collection with some really radical art. And now, on to the bonus lesson I learned while making this project. The most important one I can share with you artists out there is overshare with your team and get their advice. I know many artists can get quite precious about their art, but a generative art project is super collaborative. I purposely overshared to keep them hyped about the project, and the last thing you want is your team to lose interest because they were not involved in the creative process. But yeah, it was fun hearing how hyped they were about it, and it helped keep me driven to finish this. And most importantly, when creating something this big, you tend to get execution tunnel vision. The people in your team can be a great way to help you get an objective view about your art. Before I go, thanks a lot to you guys in the chibiTEK Discord. You guys are really awesome. Thanks so much for being so active there. I know I try to be as active as possible and and answer your questions. I hope I managed to answer your questions about art. I hope this video helps answer you guys in the Discord's questions as well. Thanks a lot to Suzu Bear on the chibiTEK Discord and on Twitter for creating this really awesome animation for us. You guys are really kicking ass over there at the chibiTEK Discord, and keep it up. Right now, I'm creating a few stickers and a meme template and anything like that for the Discord for you guys to have fun while hanging out at your new home. And most importantly, I want to thank our chibiTEK Discord mods, Chum Chum and PatCab, for helping us welcome everyone to our Discord and helping to make it such an awesome place to just hang. Really appreciate it, guys. But yeah, that's all for today. I hope you managed to learn something new from my experience making the 10K NFT art project. If you're interested in the chibiTEK project, you can find links down in the description below. We'd love to welcome you to your new home. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you didn't like the video, hit that dislike button twice. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Hit the notification bell to make sure you get my content. If you have questions about the art side of things, leave them down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.